welcome to the Continual Growth Podcast. It's episode 31, and this is the podcast that's going to help you kill every day and own your fucking life. I'm Bawanka, and today I'm joined by Carlito.
What up?
Carlito, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You ready for this? You ready to bring the hot fire?
Oh, hell yeah, man. The sun is shining, the weather's beautiful, and it's blessed.
Yo, there's smiles everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Carlito's been on an episode before, but I want to kind of tell the people a little bit about you again so they kind of know where you're coming from. So Carlito, he's a calisthenics master, okay? He's going to tell you a little bit more about calisthenics once we get into it, but some of the things that he does, he's a sponsored athlete with RYU. He's worked with brands like Reebok, Kellogg's, Nestle, Mars Quest, and he's one of my best friends.
Hell yeah.
He also is a part of Continual Growth.
Hell yeah.
He's killing it, man. And he does basically just everything here. Sets up podcasts. He does everything, man. I'll let him talk about that. But anyways, Carlito.
Yes.
You've been on this fitness journey for quite some time. We've been in the fitness journey together for probably like the past 4 years, and I can honestly say you're probably one of the people who has influenced me most when it comes to my fitness.
Ooh, that's good.
When it's time for me to dig deep, I think about like, yo, for Carlito, man, because you're the one. When I see you training, I'm like, yo, this guy is on some next shit. So
that's a good thing, man.
That's where I'm getting my fuel from.
Humbled.
Okay, so one of the big things that we want to talk about today is consistency.
Oh.
And when it comes to fitness, for me, consistency, it hasn't been that big of a problem, right? Just because I've been playing sports my whole life and training, and that training I never stopped training since I was a kid. But I know for you, your story's a little bit different. You wanna kind of go through that and tell the people a little bit about your fitness journey?
Yeah, man. My fitness journey, the real one, I guess it started 5 years ago. Before that, I tried to get into fitness, and man, it was hard. I was gaining weight. When I was in high school, I was gaining weight. I was smoking cigarettes, and I tried to go to the gym a few times.
Yeah.
I really tried. I would go to like the high school gym for like 2 weeks with some buddies, and then I would fall off.
So back in high school, you were just mainly like just a soccer player.
Yeah, I was doing just sports, and I would play soccer, maybe pick up once or twice a week, and that was it.
And just try to go to the gym but fall off.
Yeah.
Okay.
No like conditioning, no stretching, no, not even warm up, man. Like it was just like, okay, we'd play soccer, and that was it.
Okay.
And so I had that kind of thing where I wanted to like start into fitness, and then I would fall off. And that happened about 3 or 4 times, man. Like I would start going to the gym 3 times a week, 4 times a week for like a month or 2.
Yeah.
And then
what age were you at this time?
I started going to the gym probably at like 18, 19.
Uh-huh.
And so I had like a few different years up to like the first 2 years of university. I tried, and I would fall off. It sucked. But things would come up, and that was always my thing. Like, oh, I'm going on a trip. And so like after that trip, you get home and you lose everything you did before.
Yeah.
Or I'm going through exams. And so like you had that exam period where it was like 3-4 weeks of like studying and doing exams and all that. And then after that, summer. So like it just kind of snowballs into you making excuses, into like not doing shit, into like prioritizing other things.
Okay, so you're at this point, and I remember you said like you were starting to get fat, you were smoking cigarettes, and what was the change that happened that made you say like, okay, I'm going to be consistent this day moving forward?
It was when I discovered what calisthenics is.
Okay.
Because I think that one of the things that was, stopping me from really going to the gym or starting fitness was the fact that I didn't like gyms in itself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You walk into the gym, and like the gyms I walk to, I guess like, I don't know if it's all of them like that, but you walk in and like people give you looks. Everyone's kind of like in their own world, wearing headphones. people are grunting, and so like
And I remember even when we started working out together, you hated weights. Like you were you were so against weights.
Yeah, because like I had that sort of belief that like, you know, everything that had to do with like the weights and the gym, it was like all about just like intimidation and about like, you know, bad vibes and all that. And so like that was kind of how I felt about the gym. And so when I discovered calisthenics, which was in LA, I did an exchange program in LA. I discovered calisthenics, and it was like the best setting.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about calisthenics and like what's so different about calisthenics than working with a gym.
Yeah, so calisthenics is basically using your body weight to, you know, become stronger for fitness. I was under the idea or the impression that, you know, you needed to go to the gym to get fit.
You need to move weight.
Yeah, you need to move weight. You need to lift stuff up. You like that was what I thought, right? And so when I was in this exchange program in LA, I went to the beach, and it turns out they had this whole setup of like bars and parallels and all this stuff. There's a lot of people doing that kind of stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna give it a shot. And the few things that really got me in was, one, the fact that like it was outdoors. It was outside. Like you
love the sun. You love being outside, getting that tan on.
Exactly. I love the sun. I love the beach. And so like those two things were already like, you know, okay, pluses. Then the whole idea of like people not being zoned in and, you know, wearing their headphones was appealing to me. You know what I mean? People could talk.
Yeah.
People could like, you know, and could interact, and that was what would actually help me get better, because people would come up to me and be like, hey, have you tried doing things this way? You know what I mean? I was doing a pull-up, for example, and people would come and like, yo, try to do the grip different. And so like the fact that you have the ability to interact with other people there and not be in your own little world got me into it. You know what I mean? The community aspect. And so like those things of like being able to do it outside, anywhere, anytime, was super appealing. The idea that like it was in a beach, so that just kind of got me. And then the fact that like you can do it with people, you know what I mean? It's not just about you, it's about you helping others and other helping you. So
okay, so you went, so it's been 5 years now since then, and would you say you've been like very, very consistent, or how's it going?
Right now it's going well, but the thing is that you go through periods regardless, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're consistent, and then things happen, you fall off a little bit, but I feel like you always have to have that mentality of like, okay, everything comes when I do things all the time, consistently. And so whenever I fall off, I just remind myself of those type of things. You know, I've been in a good streak the last like 6 months or so, and I'm keeping it. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that I've noticed, like I was a trainer, we used to be trainers for probably 3-4 years. One of the real things that I noticed was a lot of times people want to go 0 to 100.
Oh my God.
Okay. So I had a client who came in and he hadn't done any physical activity in probably like half a year. But before that, he was killing it. Like he was very extreme when it came to working out, like 7 days a week, like he was doing calisthenics too, like tons of push-ups, tons of sit-ups, like it would take probably 2 hours for what he was doing, right? So he came to the gym, and we started working out, and I started talking to him, and he's telling me like I used to do this and I used to do this, and I'm telling him like, all right, you can get back to this point, but that's not the point that you should try to start at, because you did so much work to get to that point, right? But he didn't want to listen to me because he's done it before, right? So he didn't listen to me, and he wanted to go 0 to 100, and he started working at that extreme rate, and within 2 weeks he fell off, and I never saw him again. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of times we want to like take our fitness journey and train for the summer, train for the vacation that we're going on, and we get caught up in those, like just trying to be so extreme, going 0 to 100, instead of thinking like, all right, like I'm never gonna stop this fitness journey. I'm never gonna stop trying to be healthy, and taking it one step at a time. Just starting with, sometimes you just gotta start with working out 1 day a week.
Legit.
1 day a week, and if you can do that for 3 weeks, now move to 2 days a week, and take those small steps. But it's sometimes it's hard.
Honestly, man, like You said it. The fitness journey to me is not about the fitness journey. It's about the life journey.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, like you not being fit affects your life journey. And so that in itself is already something that, you know, you can kind of click in or use it as motivation to be like, okay, I'm going to get started. You're right. You know, the majority of time we use, you know, we kind of self-sabotage ourselves with things like procrastination. Oh yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And you end up not doing it. All of a sudden, summer's here and you want to go 0 to 100.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out. Other things that, you know, play into this is the idea that, like, you know, we're very stubborn. Yeah, where I'm going to go from working out like no days a week to going 7 days a week.
And also like crazy diets too.
Yeah, that's unrealistic, whether it's like an actual workout plan, a diet plan, or whatever it is. Like having or thinking that you can go from 0 to 100 in a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is unrealistic. And is that ego factor too. You know, we're like, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Because at that time we're pumped up. We feel like we can do anything, but consistency is it's hard when you have to be consistent with it.
Yeah, and you usually feel that way when either you talk to your friend who goes to the gym all the time and he like kind of gets you rattled up,
yeah, or he's built that habit.
Yeah, or you watch a movie and you're like, yo, I was these before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it again. Like, and so little things like that where you're just in the moment and then like what happens after? You know what I mean? And so we have to kind of think about it as a progression. Always trying to, you know, look where you're at right now and what are the little steps that you can do to kind of build up. Even at this point where like I'm working out 6-7 days a week.
Yeah.
It's always like little things that kind of keep me going. Not necessarily thinking like, yo, I need to work out 6 days a week. No. All I need to do is work out today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I do today, I'm happy.
Just handle today.
Tomorrow, I'll handle it. You know what I'm saying? And so that idea helps me out a lot.
Okay. So one of the things that I started doing just along my fitness journey is just taking like a small step. Like when I like learn something like, yo, I know this is going to like benefit my life, I'll try to take a small step towards it. You know what I mean? Like I remember there was a time when I used to drink lots of pop or drink lots of juice and I just cut them out. So now I'm at the point where I never drink pop and I never drink juice. Another time there was like, I needed to drink more water. So I said, okay, every morning when I wake up, I'm going to drink some water. So it's about like, if you can take small steps like that, instead of just switching to a diet that is very hard to sustain and probably going to fall off, and then you're going to yo-yo, and that just goes to too many crazy places. But small steps consistently.
And you know why small steps are so important, man? Because you want to get that win. You want to make sure that you give yourself a challenge that's, you know, big enough and powerful enough that it's going to make you win, and then use that as momentum to keep on going. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you keep on failing because your goal is to go from 0 days a week to 7 days a week of training, and you want to do it from yesterday to tomorrow,
yeah, you're
gonna get frustrated. Mm-hmm. You're going to get mad at yourself. You're gonna be like, why can't I do it?
Yeah. Oh, and a lot of times what happens is like you're making progress and you don't notice the progress, so you have a problem with it. But a lot of times it's just because we're using the scale, and the scale is, it's not always right, and it doesn't define who you are. You know what I mean? Like what I used to always tell people is like, you can look at the scale every day and it doesn't change, but you could actually be changing.
100%.
So when you're walking down the street, you're not going to be walking around with something over your head that says like, you weigh this much weight. You know what I mean? You just walk around and people, they look at you and they see you. So if you're really like, want to know like how your body is changing, take pictures of yourself. Take pictures of yourself. Don't weigh yourself. Just take pictures of yourself. Learn how to do measurements and take measurements of yourself. And with that, it's way better than what the scale does, because the scale always starts to hurt you.
And that works for you, right? Taking measurements. But for other people, it could be just the simple fact that like they feel more energized, or they don't get gassed out when they walk from, from home to work, or they simply, feel better in general and feel like, okay, I'm stronger. I can do more things.
More energy.
Yeah, and I think that at the end of the day, that's really what counts. Not necessarily like how much you weigh or how big you are and all that. The thing about fitness is that it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
We have to understand we're all different. Your background, your fitness level, your strength, your goals are all completely different than mine. So thinking that what I do is going to work for you is unrealistic. You are the person who knows yourself the most. And so you have to take yourself as an experiment all the time and try, am I going to do cardio, and is cardio going to help me this much for my goals, for my fitness level, for what I'm doing? Am I going to do calisthenics because it's what I like and I know that it might take me a little bit longer to get to where I want to be than weights, but I'll enjoy it more? And so you have to create that sort of audit and think to yourself, what do I want to do?
So you're always learning.
Exactly. Continually growing, legit, because even after 5 years of me training, you know what I mean? 5+, because whatever, like I've done more stuff. I still feel like every time I train, I learn something new. I think to myself, what could I be doing different that can help me, increase my strength? Or what can I be doing differently that can help me increase my endurance? Or like, depending on what my goal is. And goals shift. At the end of the day, I'm not going to say that my goal is to have a six-pack forever.
Yeah.
That will change depending on my lifestyle, depending on what I want in life, depending on how I feel, depending on what I have to my disposal. And so being able to like talk to yourself and say like, what is it that I want? Have clear goals and really understand that it works differently for everyone is super, super key.
Amazing. Okay, so we gotta leave the people with some tips.
Oh yeah.
We got the calisthenics master, man. Hit him up with number one.
Well, tip number one is never miss a Monday workout.
I love
Never
that.
miss a Monday workout. You know what I mean? Why? Because, man, if you just set yourself up with that single rule, you're already making a step forward. Why? Because you'll wake up Monday, first day of the week, you'll say like, today I can't miss a workout. I can't miss a workout. If you don't miss it, you're setting yourself up for an amazing week ahead. You're already one step ahead, and you have 6 days to do whatever you want. If all your goals demand is for you to work out one day, you get it done early on Monday, and that's it. For a lot of people, it's more than once a week, and so you'll just have 6 days to fill that up. But never miss a Monday. It'll set you up for the best week you can have. It'll set the tone for what you're going to be doing moving forward. And Monday, man.
Hell yeah.
Start strong.
It right. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Number 2. It's not a race, right? It's fitness is a journey. Like small steps. If you're just always thinking small steps, don't worry about the vacation. Don't worry about like what's coming up in 5 months. Like it's good to have goals and it's good to have like check marks along the way, but you can't be in a race to get somewhere and then when you get there you give up or you fall off and you make excuses. It's all about just being consistent and keeping on doing what you want to do.
I agree, man. And then tip number 3 is really just do it. Simply just get started. I don't care what you do. I don't care how long you do it. Just get started. Whether it's 10 minutes of going on the treadmill, just go and do it. You know what I mean? And do it over and over and over again. Eventually, you're going to like it. Eventually, you're going to see results. Eventually, people are going to start noticing. Eventually, you're going to feel different. And so that's what you want. Just do it. Start. Whatever it is you want to do, just start. If you don't start, like, you're never going to get anywhere. You know? The journey to 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I heard that today, and it's fitting.
Okay, I like that. Nice. Okay, so gotta do a little bit of wrap up and we'll shut it down.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so first of all, if you like this, please share it with your friends. It's all about the community growing together. Let someone else know, help someone else, right? Leave a comment, subscribe. Help bring the ratings up. Z always talks about the algorithms. We need all of that, okay? We're all trying to grow together. And last thing, if you have questions, hit us up on the DM because we want to help you. We want to help you grow. And lastly, kill every day, and own your fucking life. Bless up.